All right, so we are live. What's up, everyone? So in this episode, yesterday I said, don't panic, I have a plan. So today I have a plan, and so we're going to execute that plan. Like I said, the whole market is correcting aggressively, and right now is the best time to start formulating how you can attack the market. Obviously, folks who have actually followed my videos ever since the month of February and March have benefited greatly. They are very, very much in the money, and now the only question is what to do. So this is basically something that I just want to validate before we even go into the whole dynamics of it. In my private group, which is the Protégé Pro, right, which is just a really, really cheap $80 a month. Right now, I gave the call just last week before this whole crazy sell down. Okay, now let me validate that first via my Discord. So this is the, okay, let's go to the share screen. So in my Discord, right, which is on the 10th of July, this was even before the huge sell down, I updated my portfolio. So just to clarify, I was a large part in HPT and HT. Yes, it was only these two cryptocurrencies that really helped me and our private group make major gains in 2019. I didn't look left, I didn't look right, I just focused on what we needed to focus on. That is why most of the time, guys, I don't follow too many opinions. I just see something, I know that I want to get into it. I make the call within the group, and we execute together. Now, obviously, no one has to always follow what I do, but if you want us to at least guide you or at least handhold you during these kind of periods when making money isn't so easy, okay? Sometimes having a direct, simple plan to follow is probably what you need. So in this case, I was a large part in HT and HPT for the good part of 2019. Okay, and because I felt that, all right, we've already made a very nice 4x, 5x, especially on this Huopi Pool token. So what we were doing very simply, okay, no magic. We were swapping between HPT and HT, just accumulating these two buggers. Okay? HPT, HT, HPT, HPT. Very boring, guys. When everyone else was having the little pumps here and there, we stuck to just the bloody accumulation plan. We didn't look left, we didn't look right. This recent update that I did on 10th of July was from the profits that we made so far. This was when HPT was at 0.017 to 0.018 cents. So I said, you know what, guys, we had a very, very good run. Let us take some profits and move them to cryptocurrencies that have not moved much. Hence, after that, I decided to put into Ethereum, EOS, and XTZ, which was what I mentioned yesterday as well. Now, how are these doing at the moment? Of course, they are shit, guys. But don't forget, because we moved our profits over, okay, we still are able to gradually build up these positions over time. So right now, the current allocation is 10% Ethereum, 10% EOS, 35% HPT, 25% HT, 10% XTZ, and 10% USD Tether. Now, obviously, you probably have your own mixture, you have your own allocations, your own favorites. Doesn't really matter. To me, my PNL is always in US dollars, whereas Andy is more focused on BTC. So his arrangement is a little bit different from mine. He's more heavy on the Satoshi gains. So this is his portfolio, where he has 70% BTC, 10% Ethereum, 5% LTC, 5% HT, 5% BNB, 5% of a mixture of Atom, EOS, and HPT. Okay, so he has an investment portfolio as well. He is more active in the trading, whereas I'm not so active. So mine was purely investment based. His is pure. He has a mixture of two, where he likes to be a little bit more active. So investment portfolio would be 50% BTC, 50% FX, and 20% LTC Ethereum. So what he does is that whatever gains that he gets from his trading portion, he will transfer that to his investment portion. Okay, so it's very, very straightforward, very, very clear. For me, I'm very simple. I see levels that are attractive like now, hint, hint, what I'll do is actually top up with more fiat. I haven't been buying any crypto with fiat of late, guys. Okay, I have not topped up my portfolio in a long time, but I am very, very tempted to start looking at it now, and it would be great that I started a video to let you guys know of what I'm doing. Okay, so anyway, that is the validation part, and the social warrior part is all done already. So just in case, just to make sure that people are aware of my movements, and people don't say that, when you do something you never let anyone know. Well, anyway, I don't have to let you guys know, because everything that I do is already being told mark to market in the Protégé group. So at the same time, I do occasionally come out and comment about certain things about the markets in the free Protégé community chat. Okay, so now we have the market cap at 260. Unfortunately, we didn't hold the very valuable 300 billion market cap. We were at 360, I think almost at 390 at one point. Then we drastically started to come down. Now, so this just goes to show we're still very much in a bear market. And at the same time, it's not so straightforward. So what was the initial plan? Well, obviously everyone was focused on accumulating BTC. That was what I did. That was what I tweeted. I said 3.2 is really the lowest of the low. We're not going to go any lower than that. And I exited most of my BTC into or whatever remaining, right? So HT was my main play always. It was never BTC. It was always HT that was my main play. Why HT? HT, I felt that the ROI would be better. So although I got caught pretty much around this region, right? This was the part where I bought quite a bit, right? But I told myself, okay, if we continue to dollar cost average down, which is what I did as well, my average price, I brought it back up to the $1.50 region. So I was around here, I bought some around here, and at the same time, I bought some around here. And of course, I didn't buy much here, but I managed to average out the price with a mixture of trading, so it's about 150. So my HT portfolio was never the main star of the show. Surprisingly, HPT was the main star of the show here. So I was thinking to myself, okay, this was the most, to me, even though I had a lot of confidence about HPT, I told myself, you know what, the volume is just horrible. Okay, what do I mean? The volume here, guys, was when I made the video. That was my very first trade. I only put in a $500. Okay, that was one of the lowest points. But I had to gradually add in, right, every day between $500 to $1,000, and that's when I just accumulated. That's when suddenly it started to move pretty drastically. Okay, but we continued to accumulate throughout the whole of this period. Okay, and we benefited greatly from this whole play, and now our portfolio is very, very healthy. So now what do we do? So I told myself, let's just be very realistic. Since we took only 3 months to get a 4x, 5x, let's not be stupid. Let's move some of those profits into US dollar tether. We move some of those profits into building another portion of cryptocurrencies that have not moved much. Hence, yesterday when I was talking, I said, look, let's move some to EOS, Ethereum, and XTZ. So why? Why these three? Well, smart contract platforms have not really bloomed. Look at where they were. Okay, look at where they were. They may not reach back to the all-time highs. Okay, they may not reach back to the all-time highs. What I'm looking for is long-term sustainable gains. The keyword is long-term and sustainable. Okay, I'm not here to go for the 10x and then I have to react in a specific 5 to 10 minute window, right, to help me lock in my gains. If you have all the time in the world to do that, then great. Then please continue to do so. Maybe you're doing really well just having a life revolving around alerts and notifications. Well, I don't have that kind of time. So I need to make sure that my portfolio grows very steadily and holds the value over time so that I can react. I don't like it when suddenly I have to react in a specific time frame, or when I'm having a meeting, my notification goes off and I need to react to a particular cryptocurrency price movement. Don't you think that's pretty ridiculous, especially if you are, for example, a senior management, a C-level client, a C-level individual, or you're someone who is just, You enjoy life's better things than trading and investing. Just saying. So that's how I approach life. I want to be having that freedom to react when I want to, and not when I have to immediately go and do something about it. You know what I mean? So right now I notice that EOS, Ethereum, and XTZ have not moved much. Okay, so if we look at the charts, right? Okay, so let me kind of zoom in a little bit so it's a little bit easier for you to take a look. If we look at the same time frame, which was February of 2019, I'm not changing anything. Okay, just look at February of 2019. Yes, it did go up really decently. Okay, 271. But why do you think smart contract platforms took such a big hit? Do you find that interesting? So let's just do the same for Ethereum then. Okay. So same time frame, 8 Feb 2019, very transparent about it, using Coinergy at the moment. Went up 233%, pretty decent as well. But, just didn't hold. Why is that so? Because volume, right? Because Ethereum still has Ethereum and EOS both have really large volumes, but at the same time, there are a lot of manipulation that goes around these cryptocurrencies. Why? EOS happens to also be available on BitMEX. Ethereum happens to be on BitMEX as well. Whereas HPT and HT are less speculative, okay? Because it's in a controlled environment, whereas EOS and Ethereum are widely accepted, widely so-called used and speculated, and they have really huge volumes. Now, obviously, HT has huge volumes per day as well. Okay, we're talking about at least 45 million to 50 million in a 24-hour time frame, whereas EOS and Ethereum both have, I think, 2 times to 3 times more, respectively. So, for a whale to actually do quite a bit of dumping, apparently there was some big dump that happened on the market, 15,000 Ethereum. So that's probably one reason. It's very easy to do these kind of things. For whatever reason, there's either manipulation going on where there's a huge correction, of course intentional, because they have a short position that can multiply their gains, right? So in the long run, they are able to accumulate more Ethereum. At the same time, in the long run, they also want to accumulate more ETH. No one in their right mind is going to dump 15,000 Ethereum, okay, in panic and fucking sell down into the order books and cause this shit to happen. You are practically selling at a loss. Who really made money, guys? Are you telling me unless these fellas are from, maybe the folks who mined Ethereum when it was $9 to $10? Okay, maybe that story is real. I don't believe that story. I don't buy that story. I feel that there's more opportunities that are going to happen in 2020 for the smart contract platforms, in especially EOS Ethereum. Okay? Whereas XTZ is more of a gambly play for me when the lawsuits are finally over. So don't look at price. Don't look at just the price. I know you're probably thinking, EOS is $4 and Ethereum is about $2.12, and then XTZ is about $1.80-90. I'm gonna go heavy on XTZ because I only have fucking $200. That's not how you play the game, guys. The idea of having profits in percentages is a big thing, and it's a very important thing. It's not about the number of fucking tokens you own, you plebs. Until now, if you still don't get that, right, that means you are still swimming in your little pond and you don't understand, and you're going to be very susceptible, okay? Susceptible, read it up, means you're going to be very, very, you're going to be prone to letting the pump and dump groups, okay, the IEOs attract you because you just love the 0.0001 cent kind of thing. Don't do that, okay? You're trading in the fucking penny stock region, okay? Now you must be thinking, wait, Ryan, hold on, Ryan, when you talked about HPT, it was 0.003 cents. Haha. Aren't you one of those people? Why did you go in 70% to 30% and swap back and forth with HT at that time? Why do you do that? My dear friends, please go and watch my 36-minute video about HPT. on why the platform was even created. It was to serve a purpose for the miners, right, to cash out. There is going to be an ecosystem that is going to be built around HPT. It is like that for a certain reason. Now, why is it at that price? Why didn't they just price it at $1? It doesn't matter, guys. The fundamentals behind it is real and it's there. Yes, it is at a price point and it did make me a lot of money. But the whole idea is I stuck to only the core few. My majority most of the time was in HT. That was 70% of my portfolio. When HT was doing very well against HPT, I would swap that. I would have 70% HPT, 30%. Back and forth. That was all I was doing. So right now, what do we do? Oh no, Ryan, now I'm watching this video. I'm a little bit lost. I was never watching you before. I was never part of your group before. Tell me, what should I do now? Very simple. If you're someone who was having a dollar cost averaging strategy, now I'm going to bring you back. Okay, I'm now going to bring you back. Guys, I cannot read the comments because I'll get distracted and I will not be able to convey the message. So I appreciate all the WhatsApps and the highs and everything, but I need to deliver a message. So thanks so much for putting it out there, guys. Okay, now I'm going to go to the Discord again. Okay, and this time, okay, I'm going to just show what I typed just today. Okay, so that everyone is on the same page. Okay, because I know that there are people bleeding, right? Following the wrong people all the time. Okay, so that's one problem here, right? All right, so okay, so I commented today. Okay, I'm going to make a few assumptions here. Hopefully most are on the same page. The profits from HPT or HT have been transferred to either F, XTZ, EOS or USD Tether. This is just today, 8:51 p.m. Singapore time, which is just a few hours ago, just 2 hours earlier. That portion of the portfolio is obviously not going to do well and has been reduced at least by 30 to 35%. What I mean was, whatever that we transferred over to EOS, Ethereum and XTZ are not doing well. They are down 30 to 35%. Okay, that is fine because our play is for 2020. Had we not had such a stellar run on HPT or HT, we will not have this additional allocation. Assumption number 2 is that you use fiat to buy into these tokens as part of the DCA strategy. Obviously, I'm addressing it to my guys. So you can kind of incorporate this in your own strategy because you probably have your Chainlink and Icon and whatever you have, okay? So I don't know, ADA or whatever, okay? So you do you, I'll do me, okay? Okay, so it's all good because the monthly contribution amount, for example, which is say $500 a month, you would have bought high, but you would have also now have the opportunity to start buying lower with the same amount of money, and you own more tokens. Capiche? Okay, so we'll average out over time, and you will now be able to buy more tokens at the price that has reduced significantly across the board, which is now, and that is exactly why DCA is a simple yet effective method. Assumption 3: you are having a BTC heavy allocation of 60% and above, and not looking so hot right now. Why? When I say that, because your value has dropped. Okay, when you buy BTC, guys, obviously you're going to have to buy with fiat, right? So when you buy high, obviously you're going to take a hit unless you were very disciplined and you stayed away. So if you purchase between the $5,000, $6,000 region, you are a little bit concerned because, and if you didn't take profit or you didn't move those tokens to US dollar Tether, so that's why a lot of people were saying, why am I not building in Satoshis? I just said I just wanted to do US dollar Tethers this year. Sounds like a good plan, and it played out very, very well, guys. So that's just me, right? But anyway, okay, so right now, if you are someone who is heavy in BTC, don't panic, okay? Look at assumption 2, where I said start looking at fiat allocations again. So that way you can build up your Satoshis. The next thing, which is slightly riskier, is going into altcoin trading, which I would strongly advise against, because when BTC is dropping drastically or has no clear direction, right, it could really just bounce back, just bounce back very, very quickly, back up to the $10,000 region. But because the whole market is so uncertain with this recent sell down, no alts will really move. The ones that are actually moving are always the ones that are involved in pump and dump. Pump and dump usually never ever stays long enough for you to react quick enough. So unless, of course, you are someone who loves to gamble, please feel free to do so. I'm not going to stop you. Neither will I talk you out of it, because like I said, the reason why they exist is to attract people who are just, short-sighted in where this space is going, or, people who just want to gamble, they want to have some fun. This is a new age casino to them. Yeah, so to me, I'm not into all this. I will never touch all this. I don't need to, okay? At the same time, now I'm just looking at making sure that I get people on my channel and people in my group on the same page so that we all can make money like how I made money with my HT and HPT Corp. Simple, okay? So now, those who are, of course, heavy in BTC, you are now taking quite a bit of a hit from a US dollar perspective, but my Satoshis is still intact. Good. If you think that way and you know that, or at least you have the belief that BTC is going to do well, this is your bet. So you must think at the end of the day, what do I need my BTC for? Do I need my BTC eventually to pay off something? Or do I believe that BTC is going to be the currency of the new age, where I can use BTC to fulfill whatever I need while I'm still alive? Why am I able to use it for paying for travel tickets? Am I able to use it to pay down my mortgage, my bills, my loans? Will that happen? Well, it's always based on whatever that is built around the BTC ecosystem, right? There are a lot of stablecoins out there. There are a lot of companies that are now creating their own stablecoins because they do not want to peg the volatility to BTC. They do not want to have that volatility against BTC. So a lot of the time, hence, aka Libra, is making sure that their token, right, is going to be multi-fiat based. But of course, it's not fully launched yet. But the concept behind it is very simple. I'm not going to fucking peg myself against against BTC, right? It's just very clear cut. There's going to be a wallet function. There's going to be the whole ecosystem that Facebook already owns. It's going to be just a very simple thing that people can transact. Okay, it's very easy. You probably go from transition from one e-commerce shop to another. It's just probably doing all that. And of course, there's going to be peer-to-peer transfer, that kind of thing with surveillance, of course, right? So all these things are going to be happening in the future. So when you have BTC, you really have to have a very strong fundamental reason for holding it. Hence, I don't have it because I don't have that strong fundamental reason, unlike everyone else. Because when I see a certain thing, I want to be able to ascertain why this company is worth something. BTC is not a company. It's a network. It's a network. It's like, how do you invest in the internet? You know what I mean? You can't buy the internet. You need to buy companies that are building something on the internet or creating solutions via on the internet. You get where I'm coming from? So I can't validate something that is, it's not exactly mystical. Okay, look, it's all based on math, probabilities. The difficulty especially changes when the difficulty changes and the miners will have to adjust, so on and so forth. There is something behind it. But right now, as an investor, when I hold the Bitcoin, right, at 13,000 going up to 14,000, I'm very happy. But if I was someone who held BTC at 13,000, and right now, it's now down to 9,000, I lost 30%, guys. I lost more than 30% in a matter of days. It doesn't feel good. So you got to be logical in the way that you select your portfolio. Okay, so that being said, okay, it's really based on your direction and how you intend to play the game. All right. So right now, folks, the dollar cost averaging strategy will be starting already, right? Especially for me in EOS, Ethereum, and XTZ. Also, right, the moment I see any heavy correction in HT, which I assume there will be, okay? If there isn't, I'm happy. If there is, I'm buying more. Same thing. HPT, same thing. I want to see a nice correction to at least a few key levels before I start accumulating again. All right? That's my plan. All these are I already started buying these fellas already, and I will continue to buy and accumulate as much of all these 5 as I can until 2020. That is all I'm gonna do. Yes, it is all with fiat because I have the fiat to do so. right? If you're going to be trading, it's going to be more challenging because when you trade, you never know when one will do better than the other. End up you're buying less. I don't like that feeling. I prefer to just throw in more fiat. Since fiat does nothing but just does 1-for-1, isn't it? So that's my plan. That's my play. Anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Anyone who is, obviously still pretty lost can always watch the video again, right? But if you need additional guidance and you need someone to really handhold you, provide that kind of mark-to-market information, the CG Protégé group is open to you at $80 a month, payable by Ethereum or BTC. Links are in the description below. And of course, feel free to join the community, guys. And see you in the next live stream. See ya.